Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. It is Wednesday, April 27th, 11:04 a.m. here in the Arizona desert. It's an interesting day in the market today. BitcoinDailyView.com got more stuff for you there. All right. DXY hits COVID crisis highs. Pride goeth before the US dollars fall. This is an interesting article. I'm going to post it right here. And the reason that I wanted to kind of share this one here is just that the DXY is continuing to do better and better and better, while there's so much going on in the world, so much going on in the market, and the DXY is pumping. And this, it's of course a bit of a clickbaity title, kind of a biased article, but it just brings some things to mind worth thinking about. And one of the things that it makes me think about is like Janet Yellen here. Look at this old crone. I mean, I hate to say okay boomer, but what grasp of the world do you think this lady really has who's making policy? I mean, I imagine she probably walks with one of those kind of like walkers that actually has a little toilet on it in case I can't make it, gotta turn around and poop. Anyway, it's just reality. So good article. I posted a link to it. Check it out. It just food for thought, because it is very strange here looking at the second chart here on the top. DXY, it is off the damn charts, and that's fine, but why? That article kind of brings to mind just some possibilities. I'm not enough of a traditional market person to really understand it, but it makes sense. If you have any take on why the DXY is pumping so hard, please comment. All right, oil, US oil. I'm doing US oil spot because this chart just seems to be a little bit more sparky. It's below the 50 moving average right now, and coming in at $101.74 right now today. That's kind of cool. DXY off the friggin' charts, pumping like crazy. It's just the fact that it's pumping so hard and above all the important moving averages, it just makes me wonder, why? I don't understand why the dollar strength is pumping so hard. I don't get it. So anyway, that's my limitation of knowledge on the world market. Okay, I only kind of know crypto. And when I say that, I only kind of know crypto. All right, so doing my best, but I don't understand why the DXY is pumping so hard. All right, look in the S&P 500. It's at a dismal couple days. Today we're having a green candle. Let's see if that continues. We're below important moving averages, but at least we have a positive daily chart. There we go. Russell 2000, just barely positive, but it is positive. Gold, red candle today. Silver, red candle today. And there's one more thing I wanted to actually look at. Sorry you guys can't see what I'm seeing. I want to pull up a different chart here real quick. I just got to find the indicator here. I'll be right back. You guys can see this screen, but you can't see what I'm searching for here. Where is it at? It's the top. It's a cool chart. There it is. This chart here is interesting. I'm going to just throw this in here in place of the Russell 2000 for the moment. Let's put this guy in here. This is the US Tech 100. And it's an interesting chart to be looking at here on the daily, because check it out. I mean, if you pull some time here in, you can kind of see where the daily has not been too, beautiful. And you can kind of make here a, channel, kind of like, you can kind of create a downwards channel here if you want it. I think you can, sort of. So anyways, there we go. So I'm going to start watching this one too. I'll have to find a different, you'd have more charts full of traditional stuff, but I think the US Tech, that's the wrong one there. I think the US Tech 100 is kind of an interesting one to look at, as it does seem that Bitcoin is slightly welded to the tech stock. So we'll keep looking at this one. I'll have to do more charts every day when we look at this stuff. More traditional charts, looking at the ruble versus USD. So if you'd bought ruble with the USD, of course you've lost your butt when the invasion started. But now, well, we are higher than pre-invasion levels. So ruble, dang strong against the dollar. How those sanctions working? Or are they working exactly as planned? All right. Looking at Bitcoin trading view. Looking at Bitcoin trading volume explicitly last 24 hours. We're at 4.7 billion basically, or 4,666,000,000. So interesting number there. So That's nice volume, way above 3 billion. It's above 4 billion. We have nice Bitcoin trading volume. I like seeing it over a billion on Coinbase. That's really, really cool. So that's good to go. Let's look over here at cryptometer.io. What does it think? It's far more optimistic. I think it's getting some wash trading and market makers and stuff like that involved here. I think it pulls in, it's a little bit more optimistic. It pulls in more junk, but maybe it's not working right now. Anyway, 4.666 billion. All right, cryptometer.io seems to be offline for the moment, taking too long. Looking at trading volume, Coinbase above 3 billion. I like seeing that. KuCoin, 2.2 billion. I like to see that actually hit 3 billion once in a while. Crypto.com exchange 2.2 billion or 2.3 billion. That's not bad. Wouldn't mind seeing that above 3 billion in general. All the exchanges, except for a couple, are in the green, but it's not a whole lot of increase. It's not a super huge increase in volume last 24 hours. But there we go. It's kind of got sideways volume last couple days here on the big exchanges. But today is more positive than negative. I like seeing that. Derivatives, 63 billion. It's basically 60. If we round it up, 64 billion, that's not bad at all. 50 billion, good. 60 billion, better. 70 billion plus, awesome. So we're at 64 billion basically in derivatives, not bad at all. So an okay market, not dumping like it was yesterday so hard. Some nice positive action going on, and definitely this is allowing some alts to really make a move. So let's keep on moving here, and we will keep after it. Looking at blockchain whispers here to check out Binance, 70% long, 29% short for longs on Bitcoin. So 70% longs, 29% shorts for Bitcoin on Binance. For Ethereum on Binance, 66% long, 33% short. So definitely a long bias today for Ethereum and Bitcoin on Binance. Looking at, okay, here we go. It's a good spot to start. Looking at Bitcoin 2-hour chart, it's having a hard time getting above that 50 moving average, but it is above the 20 WMA. I like seeing that. MACD on the 2-hour is positive. That's good to go. So that may give us a good day. Let's look at a daily chart here. How's that daily looking? Daily is a green. It's below all important moving averages. Below the 200. Below the 200, 314, 50, and the 20 WMA, and the MACD remains negative with a slightly moving towards positive tangent. So daily chart, at least it's green, but not a whole lot of love there. Let's look at the 3-day chart. This is the one that really I think is important right now because the 3-day chart, so you don't have really a super positive daily chart, and the 3-day is definitely negative. A negative MACD. It's not holding that 200 moving average. It's below it. This candle started on the 25th, and that would have been like Monday. So that's probably going to end today. I guess we'll start a new one. It would not be great to start a new candle soon on the 3-day below the 200 moving average, especially with a negative MACD. So watch it, everybody. We have kind of a flaccid market right now. Whether you're, and I really think you can do a channel here. I'm going to do it. Riding that 200 moving average just perfectly. And I think we're below that channel. So really watch out. I mean, the 3-day, the 1-day, not that positive. 2 hours showing maybe a bit of an uptick. We shall see. It just needs some time to cruise along for a while. Let's actually do this in a 4-hour chart just for fun. Let's pull that time in. And you can see, there we go. So let's see. We on the 4-hour chart, we're below the 200, the 314, the 50 moving average, and we are at least maybe challenging that 20 WMA today. So definitely we're in shaky territory. Gird your loins, be careful. We do have some wonderful alt action that we're going to look at, but be careful because Bitcoin could plummet, could also pump. But right now, overall, the market's looking more weak than strong to me. Looking at a 45-minute chart. This is important. We do have some somewhat positive indicators here, and we are moving up. You can see this upwards movement in the chart. Maybe we'll challenge this 200 moving average on the 4-hour on a 45-minute chart soon, but right now we have not yet. The mid-red ribbons are all green. Let's see how this kind of rolls. Top of the RSI cave is right above the 200 moving average. So Is it going to have the momentum to break and continue up? We shall see. We need that to happen really before I'm too bullish on the market. I only need to see it break at that 200 and that 314, hopefully within 1 to 3 candles, and get us a blue diamond merit badge, come down, bounce off, and keep going. There you go. We need one of these. Blue diamond merit badge is what you need to keep going. Boom. So right now it's just plain old weak. Let's look at the 15-minute chart for very, very immediate price action. How we look in there? 15-minute chart. It's not above the 200 moving average, as you can see. Needs to challenge that. I definitely would put like an alert in, see if we can get a break above that 200 moving average on the 15-minute chart for Bitcoin. That would definitely signal some moves in the market. But there are alts really making things happen. There's always money to be made because you can play it up and down too. I mean, you could always be shorting Bitcoin right now. I myself, I'm not really, if I had to, you know, if I had to do something, right now, I have my Bitcoin hodl right now. I'm hedged out a bit into cash just because I think we might get more dumpy. Let's just see what happens. I mean, I'm not seeing anything too positive in the market right now for Bitcoin. We do have a lot of volatility right now. The world's kind of crazy. Bitcoin is a speculative asset. I have been looking at, Bitcoin, like PaxG versus Bitcoin might be a good hedge out, but that's really kind of hard to play, especially if metals are especially if gold doesn't pump and Bitcoin dumps, then you might lose your ass anyway, or not make much or break even at best. So that's a dangerous play, but I might start looking at that one too here on the daily view. Here's the thing. We do have some stuff making it happen. GRT, this thing made a massive run recently, gave so much back, got below the 786 fib level, but did bounce, got below the RSI cave. It's moving up. It's kind of moving to that 618 pocket here. Let's see if it can actually continue back up. It needs to get above the 2 moving average. It's just an interesting coin. I'm watching GRT USD. It's on a lot of exchanges. I'm just going to watch this one for the possibility of some upwards velocity, but I'm not seeing it quite yet. SNX is an interesting one. SNX versus USDT. It ran up recently, dumped, gave it all back. Almost gave everyone a bit of it back here. If you look at the fib sequence, almost gave it all back, but it's moving back up again. It's above the 618 golden pocket. It's got 2 blue diamond merit badges, a lot of pink squares at the bottom, which means just a 200 moving average cross. So it's gaining some momentum. This thing could run. Just keeping an eye on it. Right now, indicators are not quite ready for me to get back into it. Just one to watch. It's just, doesn't mean you have to get into it. It just means it's just one to watch. Ape versus USDT is insane. This thing just never friggin' stops. This is a very, very powerful coin. I have no idea what Ape is, but it certainly is moving up, as you can see. I mean, this thing's insane. Right now, the indicators look good. Maybe it's topped out for the very moment. If you do look, we are hitting the top of the RSI cave right there, so maybe we'll see a retrace. But if we did get a nice retrace like this, like a nice again, I think I definitely would get into it back when it hit another uptick, because this thing's incredible. I'm going to do you can put a channel on this thing. I mean, it's really quite impressive. So yeah, right now we are approaching the heartbeat of the channel. That's a logical spot where you're either going to bounce or not. Yeah, this chart's good. SMU binary candles have been blue for quite a while. I'm just watching out right now because the stochastic RSI does show overbought. I think it needs to retrace a little bit. So like I say, I'm going to watch for a beautiful, if you notice how it moves, I mean, things tend to do what they've done again quite often. And so I love the way this thing maxes out. And you can kind of see where these two places here, it's maxed out right at the top of the RSI cave and the heartbeat of the channel. So just check it out. I mean, you got run up, give it all back, run up. Well, give some back. What if we got another run up and then gave it back and then run up? You know what I mean? This one here just did really well, So once you kind of see that pattern moving, this thing is well above the 200 moving average. I mean, there it is right there, the white moving average. This thing's powerful. I like it. So I'm watching this guy. Not quite ready to get in yet. Also, one thing about this one, with it being so powerful, Binance, Bitfinex, where can you play this? Sushi Swap, no. Well, Bitfinex and Binance. Okay, so You can't play it against BTC everywhere, but the chart looks just about the same. So, if you're on an exchange where you can play it, Ape versus BTC could be a good play too. I'm probably going to play that one on KuCoin, and that chart looks just pretty much like it does on Binance. So one to watch, people. Watch for that retrace. GMT. This thing is interesting. I mean, look at that. This morning, just now, this thing went. I mean, beautiful run up. Gave a lot back. Got below the 200 moving average, kind of to the 314 bounce. Now it just exploded. How does indicators look? Yeah, they're definitely cooling off right now. That was quite the burst. But one to watch: GMT versus USDT. This is kind of just an example of, there you go. You're riding the 200 moving average for a while. You can see the blue squares basically. That means that you're getting 200 moving average crosses. So when you start, it can go either way. This is one of the ones that I don't know if you necessarily can truly predict. But in general, when you start seeing this action, it definitely could be a spot where you start to have a burst like that, or a move up. If you can just get nice traction above the 200 moving average and continue moving up. This thing went nuts. It cranked. It pumped beyond any kind of expectation I think one would expect. I mean, usually you'd think it would kind of bounce off the top of the RSI cave right there, but it did not. So this thing is on fire. Indicators are, it's going to cool off, but just watch. Let's see what happens. Because really, you could kind of zoom in on this thing if you want it, I think, and you could almost do like this. Just do like a Fibonacci sequence and just go like right here, and see if it bounces. There's the moving 8 right there, the 618 golden pocket. So maybe right around like like $3.50 might be a spot where this thing might find traction and keep moving up if this pump is for real. Anyway, it's just one to watch for what it's worth. Remember, for every Bitcoin Satoshi you own, a piece of shit globalist cries. And that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So for every Bitcoin Satoshi that you stack, you do bring tears to a reptilian. So take care. I'll see you again tomorrow.